At exactly 2 a.m., her husband died in front of her every night. But before this happened, James was alive, strong, and full of quiet happiness. Loveth used to watch him when he didn't notice. Sometimes he would sit on the edge of the bed, holding his phone, scrolling slowly, then stopping, just staring at the screen like he was reading something over and over again. "James," she said one night, her voice calm. "What do you always look at like that?" He didn't answer immediately. Then he locked the phone. "Nothing," he said. She sat up. "It's not nothing." He gave a small smile. "It's just work." "You always say that," she replied, "even when it doesn't look like work." He turned to her. "Do you want me to lie to you?" "No," she said quietly. "I want you to tell me the truth." He held her gaze for a few seconds. Then he lay down. "I'm tired, Loveth." That was always how it ended. Loveth didn't push again, but something stayed in her chest. Something small, but heavy. "My name is Patience, and this is a story about a woman who watched her husband die every night at 2 a.m. until she realized the truth was much closer than she thought. Their life looked normal. James went to work every day. He came back home every night. He called her name when he entered the house. "Loveth!" "I'm here," she would answer. And for a moment, everything felt right. But nights were different. James started waking up. Not fully awake, just sitting up, quiet, still, looking at nothing. The first time, Loveth thought it was a dream. "James," she whispered, touching his arm. He didn't move. "James!" Slowly, he turned his head. "I'm fine," he said. "You scared me," she said. "Why are you sitting like that?" "I don't know," he replied. "I just woke up." "At this same time?" she asked. He didn't answer. He lay back down. The next night, it happened again, and again, and again. "James, talk to me," she said one night, her voice more serious. "I am talking to you." "No," she said. "You're not. Something is wrong." He sighed softly. "Nothing is wrong. You keep waking up at night," she said. "You sit there like someone is calling you." "No one is calling me." "Then why do you look like that?" she asked. "Like you're listening to something I can't hear?" He looked at her quietly. Then he reached for her hand. "You worry too much," he said. "I'm your wife," she replied. "I should worry." He squeezed her hand gently. "I'm fine." Loveth stared at him. She wanted to believe him, but she couldn't. That feeling stayed. Days passed. Everything looked normal in the daytime. But the nights never felt the same again. Then one night, Loveth woke up suddenly. Her eyes opened fast. Her body felt cold. Her heart was already beating hard, like she had been running. She didn't know why. The room was quiet. Too quiet. She turned her head slowly. James was sitting up. Her breath caught. "James!" No answer. She pushed herself up quickly. "James!" He didn't move. Not even a little. Her chest tightened. "James, answer me!" Silence. Loveth swallowed hard. Then her eyes moved to the clock. 2 a.m. Exactly. Her heart started racing. "James, you're scaring me." Slowly, he turned his head. His eyes were open. But something was wrong. Very wrong. He was looking at her, but it didn't feel like he could see her. "James," her voice shook. She moved closer to him. "Talk to me, please." He stared at her. Silent. His lips moved slightly, like he was trying to say something. Loveth leaned closer. "I'm here, just talk to me." His mouth opened, but no sound came out. Then, his body dropped. Just like that. No warning. No struggle. He fell back onto the bed. Still. Loveth froze. "James!" No response. "James, stop it." Her voice started shaking. "This is not funny." She touched his arm. Cold. Too cold. Her breath caught. "No!" She shook him lightly. "James, wake up." Nothing. She shook him harder. "James." Still nothing. Her chest tightened. Her hands trembled. "No, no, no, please." She climbed onto the bed, holding his face. "Look at me. Please look at me." His eyes stayed open. Empty. Loveth pressed her ear to his chest. Silence. No heartbeat. Her whole body went weak. "Wake up," she whispered. "Please wake up." Nothing. Just silence. Loveth screamed, and her eyes snapped open. She was breathing fast, her body shaking. She looked around. The room. The bed. Everything was normal. She turned quickly. James was beside her. Sleeping. Alive. Loveth gasped. Tears filled her eyes instantly. It was a dream. Her voice was weak. She reached out and touched him. Warm. Alive. She let out a shaky breath. Thank God. She wiped her tears quickly. Her body was still trembling. She turned her head slowly toward the clock. 2 a.m. Exactly. Her heart stopped. Slowly. Very slowly. She turned back to James. James, she whispered. He didn't move. Her hand, still on his arm, began to shake. James! No response. Fear rose inside her chest. James, wake up. She pushed him gently. His body moved, but not like before. Too still. Too heavy. Loveth sat up quickly. James! Her voice broke. She shook him harder. James! Nothing. Her breath became uneven. No, no, no! She touched his face. Cold. Her hand pulled back immediately. No! She pressed her ear to his chest. Silence. No heartbeat. Loveth froze. Her whole body went numb. Her eyes widened slowly. No, this is not no. Tears streamed down her face. She shook him again, harder this time. Wake up. Please wake up. Nothing changed. Nothing moved. The room felt smaller. Heavy. Like the air had stopped. Loveth's voice broke into pieces. You were just here. Her hands gripped his shirt tightly. You were just talking to me. She shook her head in disbelief. This is not real. Her voice dropped to a whisper. This is not real. But it was. James lay there. Still. Cold. Gone. Loveth let out a weak cry and collapsed onto him. Her body shaking. Her tears soaking his shirt. You said you were fine. She sobbed. You said there was nothing wrong. Her voice faded into broken sounds. You promised me. Silence answered her. The same silence that filled the room. The same silence that would never leave her again. And in that moment, Loveth knew something she could not explain. What she saw before was not just a dream. It was something else. Something she did not understand. And it had already taken everything from her. By morning, the house was no longer quiet. Voices filled the air. Low voices. Soft voices. Whispers that tried to be kind but still felt heavy. Loveth sat on the floor beside the bed. She had not moved. James was still there. Still on the bed. Covered now. Someone had pulled a white cloth over his body. Loveth didn't remember who did it. She didn't remember when. People moved around her. Feet walking. Doors opening and closing. Phones ringing. Call his brother. Did anyone inform his office? Bring water. Where is she? Is she okay? Loveth heard everything. But it all felt far away. Like she was inside a different place. A quiet place where only she and James existed. A woman knelt beside her. Loveth, the woman said softly. Stand up, please. Loveth didn't move. Her eyes were fixed on the bed. He is still there, she said quietly. Why are you covering him? The woman paused. Loveth, please. He is sleeping, Loveth continued. He just needs to wake up. Her voice was calm. Too calm. Another person came closer. Loveth, look at me, a man said gently. She didn't. Loveth. She slowly turned her head. Her eyes were red. Empty. He was just talking to me, she said. Last night. No one answered. He said he was fine, she added. Silence. Loveth looked back at the bed. Why is everyone acting like he is gone? The room stayed quiet. Then suddenly, he is not gone. Loveth shouted. Her voice broke. He cannot be gone. Her hands shook. You people are lying. Tears started falling again. He was just here. She tried to stand, but her legs were weak. Someone held her. Loveth, please calm down. No, she cried. Don't tell me to calm down. Her breathing became fast. You didn't see him. You didn't see what happened. Her voice dropped suddenly. He sat up. The room went quiet. Every night, he sits up. People looked at each other. Confused. He looked at me. Loveth continued slowly. But it didn't feel like him. Her voice became softer. He wanted to say something. A tear rolled down her cheek. But he couldn't. Silence. Then he fell. Her lips trembled. And now you're telling me he's gone? She shook her head slowly. No. Her voice broke again. No, something is wrong. The man beside her sighed quietly. Loveth, sometimes things just happen. She turned to him sharply. No. Her eyes were filled with fear now. Things don't just happen like that. He didn't answer. Loveth stood up slowly, her legs shaking. She walked toward the bed, slowly, carefully, like she was afraid of what she would see. She reached out. Her fingers touched the cloth. She hesitated. Then she pulled it down. James' face appeared. Still. Cold. Lifeless. Loveth stared at him. Her breathing slowed. Her body became still. This is not him, she whispered. No one spoke. This is not my husband. She stepped back, shaking her head. No, no. Her voice became stronger. He was alive. She looked around the room. You all saw him yesterday. No one could answer her. Didn't you? She asked. Silence. Loveth's chest tightened. Say something. Still nothing. Tears fell again. I am not crazy. Her voice dropped. I know what I saw. The room felt heavy. Then slowly, Loveth stepped back again, her eyes never leaving James. This is not normal, she said. No one argued. This is not how someone dies. Silence. Loveth turned away. Slowly, her face changed. From pain to something else. Something deeper. I will not accept this. The room shifted slightly. People watched her. I don't care what anyone says. Her voice was low now, but clear. He didn't just die. She looked at the door. There is a reason. No one stopped her, and I will find it. The house became quiet again later that day. Most people had left. Only a few remained. Loveth sat alone now, in a different room. Her eyes were dry, but her chest still hurt. She held James' phone in her hand. She had taken it earlier. No one noticed. She stared at it. Then she unlocked it. Nothing strange. Messages. Calls. Work. Everything looked normal. Too normal. Loveth dropped the phone slowly. This doesn't make sense, she whispered. Her head hurt. Her chest felt tight again. Then she remembered something. Something small. Something someone once said. If the answer is not here, then it is somewhere else. Loveth looked up slowly. Somewhere else. Not hospital. Not police. Not family. Somewhere else. Her breathing changed. Her heart started beating faster. No! She whispered, but the thought didn't leave. She stood up slowly, her body still weak, but her mind was moving now. I have to know. It was evening when she found the place. The building was old, quiet, hidden away from the main road. No sign, no name. Loveth stood in front of it. Her heart was beating fast. She almost turned back. Almost. But then she remembered James, and she stepped inside. The air felt different. Still. Heavy. A woman sat inside, calm, watching her. The woman didn't speak immediately. She just looked at Loveth, like she already knew why she came. Loveth swallowed. My husband. Her voice shook. He died. The woman said nothing. Loveth stepped closer. It didn't make sense. Still silence. I need to know why. The woman finally spoke. Some answers are not meant to be found. Loveth shook her head. I don't care. Her voice was stronger now. I need him back. The woman's eyes stayed on her. That is not a small request. I don't care, Loveth repeated. Tears filled her eyes again. I will do anything. Silence. Then the woman leaned forward slightly. Anything. Loveth didn't hesitate. Yes. The room became quiet. Very quiet. Then the woman spoke slowly. If I give you what you want. Loveth's heart raced. You will not like the path. I don't care. You will suffer. I don't care. You will watch him die. Loveth froze. Her breath caught. What? The woman's voice stayed calm. Again and again, Loveth's eyes widened. No! It will not be easy, the woman continued. And it will not stop until you understand. Understand what? Loveth asked, her voice breaking. Why he died. Silence filled the room. Loveth's mind raced. Her heart pounded. If you fail, the woman added quietly, you will remain there. Loveth's hands trembled. Her chest tightened, but she didn't step back. If I succeed, she asked, you will have him back. That was all she needed. Loveth closed her eyes. Tears slipped down her face. Then she opened them again. I accept. The woman studied her. For a long moment. Then she nodded slowly. So be it. The air in the room changed. Loveth felt it immediately. Something shifted. Something she couldn't explain. The woman raised her hand, slightly. Go home. Loveth didn't understand. What? Go home, the woman repeated. It begins there. Loveth hesitated. Then slowly she turned and walked out. That night, Loveth lay on the bed. The same room. Everything felt the same. But nothing was the same. Her heart was beating fast. She couldn't sleep. She didn't want to sleep. But her body grew weak. Her eyes slowly closed. And then, she woke up. Suddenly, her chest rising fast. The room was quiet. Too quiet. Loveth froze. Slowly, she turned her head. James was beside her. Sleeping. Alive. Her breath caught. Tears filled her eyes instantly. James, she whispered. Her hand moved toward him. Warm. Alive. Her body shook. It worked. She cried softly. It worked. Then, the clock. 2 a.m. Exactly. Loveth's smile disappeared. Her heart dropped. Slowly, James sat up. Loveth froze. No. Her voice shook. Not again. He didn't respond. He just sat there. Still. Facing forward. Loveth grabbed him. James, look at me. He didn't. His head turned slowly. His eyes met hers. Empty. Cold. Not him. Tears streamed down her face. Please, not again. His lips moved. No sound. Then, his body dropped. Dead. Loveth screamed. And everything went dark. She woke up again, breathing hard, her eyes wide. She turned slowly. James was beside her, sleeping, alive. The clock read 1:47 a.m. Loveth didn't scream this time. She didn't cry. She just stared at the ceiling, her body still, her eyes empty, and her voice barely a whisper. It has started. Loveth did not move. The room was quiet. James was beside her, alive, sleeping. The clock read 1:47 a.m. Her eyes stayed on the ceiling. Her body felt heavy. Her chest felt empty. Then slowly she turned her head. She looked at him. James, she whispered. He didn't hear her. He was breathing slowly, peacefully, like nothing was wrong. Tears filled her eyes again. I'm here, she said softly. I'm here this time. Her hand moved toward him. She held his arm tightly. I won't let it happen again. Her voice shook. I won't just sit and watch. The clock ticked. 1:50 a.m. Loveth sat up. Her breathing became faster. Her eyes moved around the room. Everything looked normal. Too normal. There has to be something, she whispered. She stood up from the bed. Her legs were weak, but she forced herself. She checked the door. Locked. She checked the windows. Closed. She looked under the bed. Nothing. She turned back to James. Still sleeping. Still alive. Her chest tightened. What is killing you? The clock ticked. 1:55 a.m. Loveth moved closer again. She touched his face. Warm. Alive. Her hands trembled. Talk to me, she whispered. Please, just tell me. No answer. 1:57 a.m. Her breathing became heavy. Fear slowly crept in. Her heart began to race. No, not this time. She shook her head. I will stop it. 1:58 a.m. She held his shoulders tightly. James, wake up. He didn't move. James. Still nothing. 1:59 a.m. Tears started falling. Please wake up. She shook him harder. James, please. Then, 2 a.m. His eyes opened. Loveth froze. Her hand stopped moving. James. He slowly sat up. Same movement. Same silence. Same empty face. Loveth shook her head in fear. No, no, no. She grabbed him. Look at me. He didn't react. His head turned slowly. His eyes met hers. Empty. Not him. Loveth screamed. Stop it. Her voice echoed in the room. His lips moved. No sound. Then, his body dropped. Dead. Loveth screamed louder. No! She woke up again. 1:47 a.m. Her body shook violently. Tears poured down her face. No, no, no! She held her head. I can't do this. Her voice broke. I can't. She turned slowly. James was there. Alive. Sleeping. Her chest tightened again. I have to, she whispered. I have to know. The nights continued, again, and again, and again, every time. 1:47 a.m. Every time. 2 a.m. Every time. He died. Loveth tried everything. She stayed awake. She shook him early. She held him tightly. She blocked the door. She checked every corner. Nothing changed. Nothing stopped it. And every time he died, she screamed. Sometimes loud. Sometimes weak. Sometimes with no voice left. One night, something changed. Loveth woke up again. 1:47 a.m. But this time, she didn't move immediately. She just listened. Her breathing slowed. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Wait! She whispered. There was a sound. Very small. Very faint. She sat up slowly. Her heart started beating faster. What is that? She looked around the room. Nothing. Then she looked at James. He was still sleeping. But Loveth moved closer. Slowly. Carefully. Her eyes focused on him. On his face. On his chest. Then she heard it again. A very soft sound. Like a weak breath. Struggling. Loveth froze. Her eyes widened. No! She leaned closer. Very close. Her ear near his mouth. And then she heard it clearly. A small, broken breath. Like something was stopping him from breathing. Loveth pulled back in shock. Her hands started shaking. He can't breathe. Her voice was low. Fear filled her chest. She quickly placed her hand on his neck. Then his chest. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. He's not breathing well. Her heart raced. Her eyes moved quickly. Thinking. Searching. What is doing this? Then she saw it. Something very small. Something she had never noticed before. A tiny white powder. At the edge of his lips. Loveth froze. Her eyes locked on it. What is that? Her hand moved slowly. She touched it. Rubbed it between her fingers. Her heart started pounding harder. This was not here before. Her mind raced. Then, her eyes slowly moved. From his lips. To the pillow. She froze. The pillow. Loveth's breath stopped. She looked closely. There was more of it. Very light. Very small. But there. Her hands began to shake uncontrollably. No! Her voice dropped. No, no! She grabbed the pillow. Turned it. Looked at it closely. Her heart was beating so loud now. This! Her voice broke. This is not normal. Her eyes filled with fear. Then suddenly, a memory hit her. Fast. Sharp. She saw herself. Earlier. Before sleeping. That same night. She remembered adjusting his pillow. She remembered shaking it lightly. She remembered placing it back. Loveth froze completely. Her eyes widened slowly. No! Her lips trembled. No, no, no! Her hands dropped. Her whole body felt weak. That means... Her voice barely came out. That means Her breathing became heavy. Her chest tightened painfully. No! She shook her head violently. I didn't. Her voice cracked. I didn't do anything. Tears streamed down her face. But her mind kept moving. The powder. The pillow. His breathing. Every night. The same thing. The same moment. The same death. Loveth stepped back slowly. Her whole body shaking. This is not possible. Her voice broke again. This is not me. Then. The clock. 2 a.m. James' eyes opened. Loveth screamed. No! She rushed to him. James, stay with me. He sat up. Struggling now. His breathing was worse. Loveth panicked. Breathe. Please breathe. She shook him. Stay with me. His eyes met hers. Empty. Then, his body dropped. Dead. Loveth let out a scream that tore through the room. No! She woke up again. 1:47 a.m. Loveth didn't move. Her eyes were wide open. Tears rolled down slowly. Her lips trembled. It's me. Her voice was empty. I'm the reason. Her body felt cold. Her hands slowly turned toward the pillow beside James. Her eyes filled with fear. I'm killing him. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Deep. Unforgiving. Loveth closed her eyes slowly. Tears slipping out. And her voice, barely a whisper. But how? Thank you for watching this story. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more.